Hello Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading with me. This is going to be end of July, beginning of August. All right, my angels, we're going to dive in and see what's going on for you guys and what the hell is going on in your energy. Okay, I pulled an affirmation card for you already, and this says, I have everything I need within myself. All right, that's your affirmation for the week. This says, just believe in yourself and allow yourself to grow. You have within you all the resources you need. Alrighty, so there we go. That's your homework. I've been saying that to everyone. That's your homework for the week, to repeat this affirmation, to remind yourself, believe that you have everything that you need within yourself. It's very magician energy, not gonna lie. But anyway, let's see. And also, just a little reminder, that can be for those especially who feel like everything that you need is outside yourself. Like, I can't be happy until this happens, or I can't feel in control of my life until this happens. Try find ways to fill in the gaps of what you feel is missing. All right. Anyway, let's see. Aquarius, please. Almost said like Augustarian. The heck is that? Like, my brain's frazzled. All right, for Aquarius, thank you. Unfinished sympathy, right? Yes. Closure, for sure, for whatever reason, right? Some of you, this could be unfinished projects. This can be, I feel like for a lot of you, you feel like you missed deadlines maybe, or again, like, this never really ever comes up, but I just feel like your life has been out of whack, meaning that you've just not been in a routine, right? And that things have been taking longer, or you've just not been in the right energy for things. So that's okay. Don't blame yourself for that, by the way. Like, sometimes that's life, and that's okay. But this week I do see that you are kind of getting your ish together again, which is nice to see, Aquarius. It is Mercury retrograde. That's the first thing I want to say to you, which means that this is a good energy to reassess anything in life, right? It's Mercury, so communication, technology, information, plans, mental activity, and your mindset, where that's at, all of that can kind of come under Mercury retrograde. And it, with unfinished symphony, blast from the past, most likely also, it's coming up to be completed, all right? Not really to be revisited unless it's something that you want to rehash. I don't know. But unfinished symphony comes through is a lot about closure this week, okay? Like, really finalizing something. Because when this card comes in, I always say it feels like we're playing a tune, but there's just something that's not quite right about the music. And maybe that's a life, maybe that's your life, maybe about this chapter you've been unable to move on from something because something doesn't feel quite right about it. I think that you're finding out what is out of tune in your life, okay? So that's using all these metaphors and riddles for you. Let me know how that relates to you. But the new life coming on the bottom of the deck is a really good sign that once this is done, you are really going to be reborn in a lot of ways, right? She's kind of like a breath of fresh air. This is more clouded, right? It's a number 10 as well. So again, just like repeating that whole completion, ending a chapter. And we have this kind of lady waking up and being hatched out of this egg. So yeah, you're being able to stretch your legs and feel brand new again. So I like that energy. And actually, maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe you are the egg. Maybe something's not fully manifested the way that you want it to yet, because you know what they're showing me now as well. I'm so sorry that I'm going to just bore you with my downloads. But what I'm seeing is almost like, it's like doing a spell. They're showing me like doing a spell, but the egg's not hatching. You know, you're doing a spell for something to hatch and it's not hatching. And it's like, well, hello, but you're not saying it right. That's what I'm feeling. You're not saying it right. There's a word that you're saying that, or it's something about the tune. Again, Mercury is about communication, words, okay? And so is the magician, also ruled by Mercury. So we've got a heavy sense of being magical and manifesting. Interesting. Let's see what that is in your life. I wonder if we'll find out. But let's carry on. For Aquarius, please. For Aquarius, thank you. Thinking woman, hey ho. Mercury retrogrades in your energy for some reason. Why is that? Do any of you have like a very strong Mercury in your chart? Anyways, the thinking woman is you, unless it's not, which I'll say that it's someone else, right? But either way, this is all about ideas. It's all about mental activity, right? Coming up with new things. There's a moth here, which sometimes is also about like rebirth also, or death at least, right? Change. Yeah. let's dive in. I'm not going to dive too much into the oracles because they're themes. We'll dive into the messages that we've got, but this is really good for gathering your resources, that what you do have, right? Maybe there are some books that you're not read yet that could build your confidence in something or help you with your mindset, right? Maybe there is something that you've known that you needed to do, like a part of your plan. It feels like I'm seeing scattered papers everywhere that you have, and it's like, well, I don't have any knowledge or whatever you're looking. It could honestly be anything, and I feel like you do. It's just you're not organized. So this could be, again, a good time to organize. I don't know why Mercury is coming up so strong in your reading, because again, you're having to reassess. Okay, anyways, cool your emotions. Full moon in Aries. Okay, which is your main card. Okay, the full moon is always a card about intense energies going on at the moment. You're gonna have to ground yourself. I'm gonna be honest. Cool your emotions. With the Aries energy is about being a bit like a ram and just headbutting things, right? So they're saying calm down, you're able to see things clearer. You then have full moon in Leo, so again, more intense energy in another fire sign, and this says go wild. So hey, they're really just boosting your confidence to let out that beast mode, which is funny, not the kind of bad. I feel like this is about you getting organized and you getting grounded so that you are able to see more clearly. And then with what you know, what you've been able to see clearly, then you can go wild. Full moon in Libra, find balance. Well, hey, balance between going wild and cooling your feelings and reining it in when that lion is like just roaring. Okay. All right. Well, and another full moon. So you got 3 intense energies. Why did it take me so long to see that? Okay. Woo. Okay. What a crazy time to be an Aquarius. You guys let me know what you guys are doing right now. All right, I'm just going to give this a little shuffle. And sometimes I like to say that whilst I'm doing this, just imagine pushing your energy into your screen, into the cards. Okay, let's see. For Aquarius. Thank you. A little shuffle. Okay. Let's go. Energy of the week is a freaking devil. Okay. Addictions, chains, whatever has been holding you back. This is something that you are going to be addressing during this week. Temptations. It could also be, material world things, right? The devil is, can be about hard work. But we're going to figure it out. For a lot of you, though, it could be about fears because you are the 8 of Swords this week. So stuck up in your head, right? Feeling stuck, feeling trapped. But these swords are looking like the information in the scattered sheets I was talking about. So, okay, there's sometimes you got some good cards, you got some difficult ones. Bottom of the deck, walled. So expect there to be ending of old cycles, beginning of new. There's a new energy coming up. What can't you see coming? That you're on the right track and things are about to start moving forward for you. There'll be opportunities coming away and obstacles are finally going to be lifted, which is awesome to see. So that's gorgeous. That's great energy. So I'm hearing this is all preparing. All of this is preparing you. Well, for what? I mean, King of Pentacles is in your near future. So the next few weeks is all about material wealth and stability, right? So that's really awesome. And also you are showing up as Gemini energy, really, in a lover's energy. So making big choices. And for some of you that will be related to your love life, meeting a divine partner or making choices with a divine partner. Okay. What am I feeling here? Whatever you have felt connected to, again, that could be a backlog of work, right? That could be doing bad habits here, avoiding what you need to do, whatever the devil is. I'm going to, of course, clarify that. I feel like that is the unfinished symphony. It feels like you're kind of breaking the chains of the devil energy during this time. So that's your main energy. The 2 of Pentacles is your card of advice, along with the 10 of Cups, which is really about you balancing things, keeping on top of things, just like the card here. Find a balance. Well, guess how you find a balance? You have to experiment, right? A bit like I'm seeing the Temperance card, which is about having to take a little bit of one thing and pour it into the other cup and mix it around. But 2 of Pentacles is also about staying busy too. 9 of Wands wanted to come through. So another card about kind of fears, about protecting yourself, being a warrior. So hey, you are a warrior. All right, I'm actually going to start clarifying these before I dive too much into it, because I think it's important. Now, you do the King and the Queen of Pentacles. So again, really good for love and your finances and career, but you're stuck in the middle of something. Page of Pentacles is your challenge, which is about taking the first step into the unknown. Well, it's not exactly the unknown, but I always see it as that, because I say that you're a newbie to something, right? Where you're having to accept that you've got a lot to learn. It's just a page, right? So you guys could be going into like a new career or doing something that you've never really done before in your career, or even with your finances, even in life. There's a lot to learn down this path, but also the Page of Pentacles is guaranteed the throne. That's always how I read it, because he's taking a traditional route and having to take some time, right? So you guys could be enrolling in something new, and having to stay optimistic about it. The Hanged Man is also your challenge, which is about looking at life through a different lens. And I feel like that is the card of cool your emotions, right? Sitting with it. I feel like some of you will have no choice but to sit with your anger or sit with your feelings so you can actually look at it, because this dude looks very grumpy. But that's where we're gaining enlightenment, understanding, or inner standing. Okay, but this is still confusing to me, so let's figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out for you, and we'll clarify some more, but let's dive in. The Devil. Why is this the energy of the week? Well, hey ho, you need to kick someone out. Who is that? Because that could of course be you. So I'm gonna give you a few examples, and you can relate to however it does relate to you. Seven of Swords and the Devil. If it's outside of yourself, you are really going to be figuring out who the bad influences and the bad eggs are. Now, some of you are the bad egg in your own life, right? The Devil and the Seven of Swords to me is like going back to old habits, going back to what you know you shouldn't engage in, right? Whether that be addictions, obsessions, whether that be doing things out of, or being too afraid, right? You're gaining your confidence and then you run back to the Devil because it's a safe space and a comfort zone. That could be the Devil and the Seven of Swords too. It could be, that there are people around you who are, again, lying, cheating, stealing, or again, I just feel like bad eggs. That's all I'm seeing here. And now that could be the past that you're having to heal from, is injustice, is bad habits, bad people that you've had to deal with or engage with in life. So 10 of nothing. The Unfinished Symphony card really does feel like this is what something's been out of tune, and I think you're understanding what that part is. Some of you will be the past, some of you it's someone in your present or something in your present that something is not quite right here. Maybe for sometimes this is like doing things for material wealth or material gain or ego, right? Even as well. So however that relates to you, it's doing something we shouldn't be doing or in a way that we shouldn't be doing, because it's just keeping us chained. We're not really growing when the Devil is around. And hey, look, you're hearing the Eight of Swords, so it's clearly not doing good for your mental health. Two of Pentacles in your position of advice with the Six of Swords. They're showing me like, okay, I want you to move forward with your life. What does that mean to you? I have no idea. Two of Pentacles could be about making decisions, strong, stable decisions. But what I'm seeing is as you're juggling something, again, redirecting your attention towards things that are actually going to help you. But as you're doing that, I'm seeing that the boat is naturally moving. But how can I explain what I'm seeing? Because they're showing me that the boat is powered by you being busy. So if you want to really fully move away from chaos and move towards calmer waters, wherever you want to go in life, your hopes, dreams, or a safe space, whatever it is, stability, you're having to do something. So Two of Pentacles is almost like I'm seeing you paddle a little bit. You're having to paddle in order to move. You have to do the work. Okay. I don't know what exactly the work is, and I'm going to figure it out for you most likely, but let's look at the Page of Pentacles being your challenge. 5. So for some of you, there could be some financial stability struggles that you're dealing with. That could be the home life. That could be relationships around you. 5 of Pentacles can be also your self-esteem. Page of Pentacles is actually a good sign here, because this is saying that you're identifying an issue and you're actually finding a solution, but it's your challenge, so it's not going to be easy. So as I said with a thinking woman, you might feel stuck in how am I going to build on the stability? Maybe you got financial deadlines. Maybe you're just feeling out of whack in life, like I was saying, or something's not moving, whatever it is. I feel like you're finding that there is something that you can do to better this situation. Okay, so again, it's about being resourceful here. Page of Pentacles, some of you could actually be going like into a new job, for example, or maybe you guys are getting a second job. For some of you out there, it's not everyone's message, but it just feels like you're finding something new to do to fix the situation. Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Cups, which is also in your career. Six of Cups is nostalgia, past person. This can be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Doesn't have to be, because it's earth sign energy. This can relate to connections. I'm going to dive deeper into that because this combo is not really showing me much in that area. It can be about children, again, memories resurfacing, but the Queen of Pentacles is all about stability, unless it's another person. Maybe this is the thinking woman, someone who's grounded in their life is able to help you ground yourself too. Six of Cups is a mutual exchange of care. So maybe someone's helping you there. Okay. Eight of Swords in your energy, Temperance. Interesting. So again, in a way, so temperance is about building harmony. And for a lot of you, I wonder if that is, unfinished symphony. You guys are really kind of addressing and finding balance in the now with what you got now, before you move forward. So you feel stuck, you feel trapped up in your mind. Temperance is almost like dip your toes in it, don't go fully into how can I say this? It's a pit stop, so they're saying slow down, right? You don't need to rush your way out of the situation. You need to make decisions that are led with, I guess, your heart and from a place of balance and harmony. Okay, then you can go wild. So similar to what we're saying, actually, she does really represent cooling your emotions because she's balancing these two cups here, whilst also staying grounded and also dipping her toes in the water. So I do feel like that's a big message for you. So you feel stuck with us saying, hey, look, don't get too crazy up in your head about what you need to do and etc., that overwhelm. Cool down, calm down, which we'll see over here as well. Balance it. It's my pit stop card, right? We sometimes need to take a little bit of a break or a breather to really recalibrate, and then we can go back with a clearer head. Because the crown is in the background. I always say that this is yours for the taking. So don't be afraid to take a pit stop. And then every time I say that, I always see the F1 cards, right? Where you have to take a bit of a break, right? Not everything is a race. It is a race. The F1 at least is a race, but you're able to take a break to refuel yourself. Otherwise, things happen. So if you want to stay in the game, you need to know how to take a break, basically. King of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune and the energy of your near future says that things are really turning in your favor. I like that energy a lot. I will dive into it, but because we have a Wheel of Fortune, ambiguous card, but it can be about lucky things and expansion and growth. With a stable, financially stable card, it does feel very good for finances in your near future. So that's amazing. And also about your progression, because the Wheel of Fortune also kind of represents divine timing or time. I always say as a clock as well. And because you're at the page and the near future is the king, I think you're going to get there. I think you're going to learn, you're going to grow, and whatever you feel like you're missing right now, you will get, okay? And you will not remember what it's like to feel what you feel now in a good way. The Hanged Man is a challenge as well as the King of Cups, absolutely about your feelings and emotions, being able to stay on top of them for sure, okay? I feel more so that there's anger or aggression just because, I could be wrong, but just because we have a lot of fiery energies, they can be a lot more, angry. When we think of fire, it's more about anger when we think about feelings. So anyway, either way, that King of Cups about being stable despite there being a lot of feelings going on, okay? So sitting with it, like I said earlier, very strong Pisces energy. So also in order to tap into your intuition, that just keeps showing me whenever I tap into this cool your emotions energy, like boiling water, right? Which again would be the fiery energy. When we're angry, when we're upset, when we're in distress or frustrated, it's like bubbly water. We can't really truly see what we need to see. Okay, not everything is really clear. So we need to calm down first. So take a break, collect yourself, and then come back to the issue, the situation, the person, and you'll have a much better way of dealing with something. 10 of Cups as advice, Page of Wands. So being a bit more of a free spirit, having more fun and connecting to those around you is going to be your advice here. Okay. Page of Wands is being more, maybe this is a really good time to host a party with your loved ones, right? Or to just have a little play date out, I don't know, for fun, like do something exciting, go to a theme park. I don't know what you need to do that fuels your flame or brings you back to your childlike self, but you need to do it. So any like social event that is creative or brings that fun, I think I want you to do that as your advice here, because the Ten of Cups says there's emotional fulfillment, but I think you need to reach out to a community first. The Lovers being your energy in the near future with the Chariot. Love that. So some of you, I do feel like there is someone who's going to help you to pick you up, put you up in this chariot as well. Like it's a conscious decision to move forward together, especially if you're in a relationship or there is someone helping you. Other than that, your energy is about making a very bold choice, about leaving the comfort zone behind and the familiar behind to really go out there and find your purpose or your calling or your dreams and goals, right? Because the chariot chases the star. So that's a very gorgeous energy. Very powerful because it's major arcana cards too. Your love life could be impacting your career, but that's just for some of you too. Okay, now that that's out, let's just clarify this. I'm going to dive into love career in a second, but why is the Seven of Swords and the Devil the energy of the week? Ten of Wands. It is about heavily like releasing something that's too heavy, especially burn out. You know, some of you have the tendency to just burn yourself out or just, you know, maybe again, self-sabotage, because Seven of Swords is that for me, especially when the emotions are involved, right? But it can also be people. The Moon, Seven is, if that relates to people, I would just say that could be people with some secrets, or again, like they're just a bad influence. Like nothing is clear around a certain group of people or in an environment. It doesn't have to just be people. There's an environment that's not quite right for you. And if you felt that for a while, this is just massive confirmation for you, because the Fool in the Fool's journey, the story in the major arcana, when the Fool arrives at the Moon, he feels sick, he feels nauseous, he feels like things don't feel right, he feels clouded in his judgment, like it's a weird vibe. So when I was saying that there's some bad eggs and influence around you, I just get that that could be a home, right? The energy's off. That could be a location, the energy's off. It could be a person that you're around that you feel like they drain your energy, right? Everything feels heavy, or they trauma dump on you and then run away, right? Whatever it is, it's a heavy feeling that I'm feeling, and you're better off out that energy, and you're going to be understanding that during this week. Okay, the Two of Pentacles, Six of Swords, just one for that because it was advice. The Magician, love that. And the fact that it's jumping up here as well about movement, some of you will be traveling at this time as well, or at least manifesting that. But this Magician is, again, I have everything I need within myself. So that's your advice. And maybe that's the spell. Like as you're, you know, doing the spell, you're moving forward. It does require action though, because I'm seeing the juggling or having to pedal. Okay. Just like manifestation though, things don't always just fall into our lap. We have to do a specific action for it to fall into our lap after, right? Anyways, Five of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. What's the challenge around this? Okay. The Seven of Wands. So that would actually look like to me that there is someone that can help you, and it's really time to ask someone for help, whether that's getting an assistant, a virtual assistant, whether that is reaching out to a therapist, whatever it is, someone can help you through this instability that you feel, all right, where you feel like there's a lack, or yeah, because that jumping on top of the thinking woman is important. And maybe some of you, if that doesn't relate to a person helping you, this is really about you no longer denying something that you know you need to do. And for these people, it's entering the church, right? Going where they know they should go, but they've been delaying it. And the Seven of Wands for me sometimes also has that same analogy of like resisting something. Okay. So as I was saying, I think that will be good for you to finally do what you know you should be doing or have around you. Use your resources. Six of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Why is this coming up? Like I saw, some of you are going to get a message from a specific earth sign from your past. Justice. Oh, love how that let me pause the video 1 second. Okay. The camera does that every 30 minutes. So Justice and the Knight of Swords being here. So yeah, someone is coming through to balance things with you. And this could be a contract for some of you, right? That could be like an older company wanting to do a contract with you. Maybe it feels, because the Six of Cups is there, it just feels like maybe this is collaboration for some. But the main message feels a little bit like someone's coming back to make things right. And because usually in the the Justice card, at least in the before tarot deck, there is a dove bird. So someone could be reaching out to balancing. So be aware if that resonates with you, what you want to do with that. I'm not sure. Or again, it could be a contract coming up for you in relation to finances, for example. But don't skip the details, all right? As I have been saying. Anything else about Temperance and an Eight of Swords? Why is this Aquarius? Why is this the energy of Aquarius? The sun. Every time that comes out, I always like, here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Okay, so this is breaking free from this mental entrapment though. So the sun, if you feel like you can't have happiness and you're not really happy in a certain area or you don't feel free, the sun card to me is all about freedom as well. So you can have a lot more fun along the journey if you learn to balance yourself along the way, right? Taking pit stops, looking after yourself, taking breaks. Don't overwork yourself, right? Some of you got some bad habits that are plaguing your mind. Some of you, it's certain people, whatever that devil energy is, you're finding what is out of tune, and that's really going to change your journey moving forward for sure, by the way, because the sun to me feels like the energy that you're going to take as you go down the journey. So you're going to be able to tap back into your inner child again, feel more free spirited, a lot more successful with the sun as well. It's also about success and joyful. The sunflowers are there for a reason. They face the sun, so it is again all about optimism. Okay, so that's really going to change a lot around you. What else do I want to clarify? I think we're already 26 minutes in, so I think we've said what we need to say. The King of Wands in the area of love came up with the Page of Swords. Now I'm talking to a lot of different people, right? Some of you are single, some of you are in relationships, or sometimes it's complicated, or you're in situationship. I don't know. King of Wands though, Page of Swords does feel like someone's a little bit curious about you. Page of Swords can be triggered though. This is specifically a fire sign, Leo, Sag, or Aries. What's this energy? Why is this in the area of love? Ace of Cups. That's interesting. Well, someone definitely is coming into your world. You could be a little bit pissed with someone. That could be why they're saying cool your emotions, right? You might be a bit triggered. But King of Cups with the Ace of Cups does look like someone is going to be offering you love. So it's up to you what you want to do. Some of you might need to heal your ego in that area of your life, because I do feel like you're a bit unhealed. If this energy is you, some of you, it could be someone else. But the Ace of Cups came up on top of this. If there is a fire sign who is triggered and you know their personality type and that makes sense for you, protect your heart space. King of Wands can be very charming, but both of these look very angry. So I just feel like this is your challenge. It's about paying attention to your feelings and emotions. Don't let someone else disturb your peace. That's ultimately what I'd say about that. In the area of career finances, you got the Six of Cups again. So for some of you, and then you got the King of Wands again. So for some of you, there is someone in the love world, maybe from the past, or someone you got a connection with that could be blocking or influencing in some way your finances and career. Okay, but for others of you, King of Wands is about being able to adapt here. Maybe the Mercury retrograde is a really good time to reassess this area of your life, okay, to gain new ideas and to go wild in that area. Anything else for career finances for Aquarius? Like I said with finances, yeah, Knight of Pentacles about making progress here. And I already said over here that I love the energy of your finances and career in the near future. So the next few weeks, Knight of Pentacles is you're planting seeds and you're being called to plant new seeds. All right. Especially when we got maybe old ideas can be good and fruitful at this time. And maybe a good time to bring them back in if you know what was missing from them, like unfinished symphony. But it's also a really good time to slow and steady progress is important and better than none. Okay, well, I've been yapping over here. I wish you guys the best. I hope you have an amazing week. Okay. If you enjoyed the reading, make sure you guys like and subscribe. It helps me out over here, and I'd love to have you part of my community if you have not yet subscribed. So welcome on in. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And let me know in the comments how it resonated with you, because I love to read them, by the way. Otherwise, I don't know how these readings resonate. I'm just seeing a story, feeling it strongly, and then never know who it fits with. So let me know in the comments. Okay, but aside from all that, enjoy your week. Stay safe. I send you my love, and I'll see you guys in the next one.